Welcome back. Well, to continue with our discussion that we were having before going on break, I'll be coming to you now to kickstart this part of the conversation.
Enough has been provided for them. So I don't see any reason why they should deserve it again. For instance, a governor, President Goodluck Jonathan said something a few weeks ago. He said for the last 16 years, he has been taken care of by government. You know what that means? His feeding, his accommodation, transport, even those for his children. It's like a man not spending cover for 16 years on his family. So after leaving government, do you expect the government to still pay for the services that you don't render? Even though for ex-president, I understand that they still act in some in some advisory capacity. But of course, what has been provided for ex-president should be okay. It's rather, that is more, you can still live with that than all this severance package that runs into billions of naira that could be channeled into all other better projects, infrastructures. We all know the rate of decay in our society with our roads, light, electricity. We all know that. Our health infrastructures, hospitals. We all know the level they are. We can just call it, we can't just say they are 100% bad. But let's just say, okay, 80%, in Africa. Let's just say they are in about you know what I mean. They need the total development.
It should be commensurable with the reality on ground. We can't be talking about austerity. We can't be talking about not affording to pay minimum wages. We can't be talking about lack of basic amenities. We can't be talking about lack of power, lack of health, lack of education. And people, just not more than 2-3% of the society is going and smiling to the bank even after services. We have heard about pensioners taking to the street, carrying placards and all whatnot, fighting for their pensions. And we have heard about street workers going to the street, fighting for their salaries, their wages. And these are people in which they are in first line charges. They are in the first line charge when it comes to financial enumeration in the country. And they never lack their, so at the end of the month, they are sure of their salaries. And these are people that have the connections, that have built the connections within time, that they never might lack again in life. Like he said before, if the country has taken care of someone for a particular duration of time, then why should we expect the country to continue to carry this burden for a lifetime?
I'm not saying that they should really earn anything reasonable, but when anything becomes too much, we all agree that anything that is too much is not good, And even while you are in office, you earn so much. And why do you want to continue enjoying on the good, on the paramount of other people? If an outgoing governor or outgoing deputy governor would be earning among the same salary the city governor is earning without doing anything, well furnished 5-bedroom duplex for governor, well furnished 4-bedroom for deputy, to pay for your staff and family and stuff like that, at the expense of the masses. The funny thing is that these same people that are taking this money called pension or whatever name you call it, they are the ones responsible for our fathers, our mothers, brothers and sisters that are under pension scheme, and they are not paid. As Priyo said, these same people carry placards, crying, drying themselves in the sun, in the rain, just to earn what they laboriously worked for. And these same people don't pay them, and they go at their own expense and make sure that their own money and salary is paid. I never heard at any time in the history of our democracy that any governor or any deputy governor wrote a letter to the House of Assembly or that they haven't paid their pension for a particular year or a particular month. I haven't heard that in the history of our democracy, which means that they know what they are doing.
Yeah, I would like to say just 3 things. The first is that I think Nigeria has a history, Nigerians have a history of celebrating mediocrity too much. Somebody built a 1-lane road and we are shouting his name like he's the Messiah. In the first place, what was he elected to do? And he has not even lived up to our expectation. The second thing is that I think severance in its definition is a package given to a worker for maybe allowances he has not collected over the time he has served. So probably some health allowance that he has not collected. But these people collect it every month, every year. So what is it that we are giving them when they are going again? Not talk of the people that are putting life pensions for themselves. And the third thing I would like to say is to react to a little to what he said about politics. I think politics is the game they play to get there. It's the process of getting there. But when they get there, leadership is what we demand. We don't want politics again. Politics should be left outside the office. Because if we are talking about politics, that means Buhari now should only be serving people from north and southwest and leaving the southeast alone, because that's the politics of how he got there. But when he gets there, we expect nothing but leadership from him. And I think that's the same thing we expect from anybody across the strata of government.
I'm saying directly to our politicians, it's that time service is all about the people, and being there for the people means being selfless in service and dedicating your all to the. Because when we talk about being Nigerian, when we go outside, we hear what people say about our leaders. Nobody take them for granted. Everybody take them for granted, because they are not respected people outside of Nigeria, because people judge them with the what do I say? When people look at the situation on ground in Nigeria, this is the situation in which they are judged, and this is why they pay our leaders less respect when they are outside Nigeria. And I want to put it clear to them that they should know that a service for the people and to the people is something they are doing for themselves too, and for their generation. And when coming back to pay cuts, it's something we must do now, because when we're talking about our revenues, it's diminishing, and we have no other place to run to. Now we can't continue to cut down the pay of the poor, and it's time we have to take a look at our taxation system. We have to call these people to order and look at how we are going to distribute our wealth better up, collecting more from the rich people and giving back to the less vulnerable ones in our societies.
This issue, the way it is, majority of Nigerians don't even understand that this issue is very saddening and immoral. They believe since it is constitutional to pay them such severance allowance, they believe it's morally right. So the first thing I would like to say is that the Nigerians should educate themselves. They should get familiar with the constitution and think of the wrongs in it. And also I want to speak to the civic societies to challenge the incoming government better, to send bills that will speak better for the masses rather than benefiting the politicians. And of course I would like to advise the incoming government to look at it, because if they keep failing, if they fail again, they will kick them out, like the present government, because I believe they have failed. If they haven't failed, the issues like this shouldn't come up.
All right, that's all we can take on this part of the program. Thank you guys for coming to the program and sharing your thoughts with us. We'll take a quick break, and we'll return. We'll be joined by a legal practitioner, Wale Oshunde. Please stay with us.
Welcome to the Channels TV app for the Nokia Lumia phone. Click on the Channels TV icon to get started. Get the latest news and stories, and you can also watch us live by clicking on the live TV icon. We have the eyewitness section, so you can post events happening around you. To do that, click on the post. Select Change Media to send an image or video. Enter your username, report title, and report description. Don't forget to read and check the terms and policy box. Click on the post icon and your message will be delivered and could be used if it's newsworthy. Visit our topics page and view our various programs. Channels TV app for Nokia Lumia. The news at your fingertips.